the respirations, okay, respirations in human. So what is the process of respiration that we have described? Respirations is the biochemical process in which the food molecules is oxidized in presence of oxygen, obviously oxidized to give energy, okay. And what is the use of energy? Everybody know here the use of energy. So respiration is not a simple process, it is a quite complex and different stepped process this is. So before that, respiration can be classified as a intercellular and extracellular. Is that clear, guys? Intercellular and extracellular. What is intracellular? Intra means what happens outside the cell, and what happens inside the cell. So we have seen the mechanism of the respiratory system, you may see. Is that clear? So you just see the mechanism of the respiratory system as you just seeing on the screen here. From this is a food pipe here, you must see here. This is a buccal cavity which consists of the means nostril system, okay. This is nasal passage and it's called nostril. Through this air passes into the lungs, right? And this portion is said to be, here is the junction pharynx and larynx. So larynx is what here? Larynx is just actually covered by a flipped membrane. This flipped membrane is called epiglottis and epiglottis. The upper part of the larynx is called glottis, and it is covered by the flipped membrane is called the epiglottis. So you just can see here there is the two-way passes are here. This, okay, one way is there and the second way is there. Is that clear? So here is a flipped membrane here sometimes there. Right now this is common passage here. So sometimes air comes through the mouth right now and can enter here. Here this is right now. So air is to enter here, but sometimes food also can enter here. So the hiccups comes here. So during the swallow of food, this flipped membrane is actually closed here. So passage of food or particles could not be could not enter, means could not take place inside this, okay. This is a windpipe we can speak here. Is that clear, guys? So there is a assembly here, glottis and epiglottis, pharynx and larynx, we just can understand here. Is that clear, guys? Now everybody understood here? So what I am explaining this, now go on saying this please. Again further you just may see here C-shaped cartilaginous structure here, this type of structure of cartilaginous, right, one over each other in this manner. It's stacked one by one and stacked one by one. This is, so this structure is said to be here what? It's called trachea. You just may see here trachea, and here also rings of cartilage is the trachea. And after the trachea divide into the two part, you just may see here the two ways there also. You can see one part is going here, one is at here. The two lungs division is trachea, and further divide in tracheole, means what? Tracheole, bronchi. The bronchi is there, you may see it's a bronchi, and further fine means the distributions of the small windpipes, means the narrow diameter pipes are there. This is called the bronchioles, and bronchiole further divide into many networks of the pipes here went right now. These are ending at these types of a structure, which structure is said to be here the alveoli. Right now this is a general mechanisms of the respiratory system here, but it's the respiratory system organism. This is called the lungs, the anatomy of lungs you are watching here. Is that clear? And you just may see here respiratory bronchioles is there, okay. And so one bronchiole, this bronchiole is coming here, and this further these bronchioles is actually ending at the network of bunch like structure. What this bunch like structure you may see here there. What this is called? This is called tracheo alveoli. What is called? Alveolar sacs here. If you will see the microscopical view of this, you will see this types of structure you will find inside this here. The two volumes is there, okay. Inside this, the exchange of oxygen of carbon dioxide takes place here by the process of diffusion. So before understanding the respiratory tract, we just need to understand here the what we can say, we need to understand here the mechanism of the breathing, how the breathing takes place. Actually the breathing is the phenomena in which the we can just understand here, breathing is a phenomena in which the oxygen is intaken and that blood the gas oxygen is get diffused into the blood and further just is move throughout the body. Is that clear? So this process is called the extracellular respiration. So how the extracellular respiration, what is the functions of the metabolic process we can say here, and how the breathing mechanisms also takes place here, we just can understand. So what the external respiration, so external
inside the
respiration
lungs, oxygen from the air is exchanged for waste carbon dioxide from the bloodstream. This process of external respiration takes place in hundreds of millions of microscopic sacs called alveoli. Oxygen from inhaled air diffuses from the alveoli into the pulmonary capillaries surrounding them and is pumped through the bloodstream. carbon dioxide from oxygen-depleted blood diffuses from the capillaries into the alveoli and is expelled through exhalation.
Yes, you have seen here how the gaseous exchange is taking place. Is that clear, guys? Right now? And now internal respiration, when the gas goes inside the cells, and what then happens here? Means the gas is mixed into the blood. So blood, what is the pigment? What is in blood? That is carrying the oxygen.
The bloodstream delivers oxygen to cells and removes waste carbon dioxide through a process called internal respiration. In the lungs, oxygen is absorbed into the erythrocytes in the bloodstream. These cells, commonly called red blood cells, contain gas-transporting molecules called hemoglobin. Oxygen
You are seeing here millions of cells here. You may see that the different types of RBC cells actually carrying the oxygen. And what is it? What inside the hemoglobin molecules that is carrying the oxygen? So it's a center atom of hemoglobin molecules is iron. And this is, we can hear the basic difference between the proteins of the animal cell and the animal biomolecules and the plant biomolecules. The center atom of the plant biomolecule is the magnesium, and the center atom of the animal hemoglobin is the iron. So iron is that molecule which suscepts the oxygen, and oxygen is actually attracted toward the oxygen. So iron carry the oxygen into the bloodstream. Is that
to
clear?
These molecules. The oxygenated blood then moves through the vasculature. At the narrow capillaries within body tissues, red blood cells release oxygen, which then diffuses through the capillary wall into tissues. Meanwhile, the waste product carbon dioxide diffuses into the bloodstream, where it is carried inside red blood cells and in plasma. The deoxygenated blood travels through the vasculature and back to the lungs, where carbon dioxide is expelled from the body.
Yes, you have seen here the gaseous exchange. What is the site of gaseous exchange? The answer is alveolar sacs. Alveoli is the site of gaseous exchange. Inside the bloodstream, the carbon dioxide gases in high concentration, means osmotic pressure of carbon dioxide in the blood is more than that of outside the lungs here, inside the alveoli. So inside the alveoli there is high oxygen is there. So oxygen move into the blood and carbon dioxide move into the alveolar sac. This happens on the basis of osmotic pressure. Is that clear, guys?
Gas exchange.
Osmotic pressure could be understood here on the basis of this phenomena. You may see here this right now.
Occurs in the lungs as oxygen diffuses from alveoli into the bloodstream and carbon dioxide diffuses from the blood.
This is breathing mechanism. You are watching here the breathing mechanism. How the size of lungs getting small and bigger. It's getting reduced, it's become expanding, and reduce, expanding, and this is causing the increase and decrease of the area. And by the pressure law, the pressure is equal to force upon area. We just can understand the pressure force upon area. Is that clear? This you may understand here, guys, right now. So what is that here? Force upon area is equal to pressure. So if we will increase the pressure, it will increase the area, the pressure will decrease. So by the physical phenomena, this is simply happens here right now. So the pressure will decrease if the area will increase, and if the area will decrease, the pressure will increase. Well understood or not, everybody? Okay, see guys later.
Dalton's law explains that in a gas mixture, the pressure exerted by each gas is independent.
You also may see here this the alveoli how are surrounded by the blood capillaries. Capillaries means a new word I have used here. This capillary means there is junction. You may see. You just may see a fine structure. One part of the capillaries are red and the other is blue here. This we can hear a junction between the capillaries, junction between the veins and arteries. The junction between the blood and arteries and veins are called the capillaries. So capillaries actually are the fine tubular structure right now to develop the high pressure, and that liquid flow in that capillaries with the high pressure.
Gas mixture in the alveolus has a high oxygen partial pressure, while the partial pressure of oxygen in the surrounding pulmonary capillaries is low. For this reason,
yes, you may see here this what is happening here. So outside this low pressure in the vessels you may see, and high pressure inside the alveoli. You just watching here this or not? And what the arrowhead symbol is representing, the oxygen is moving toward the blood into the capillary right now, and at the same time the carbon dioxide in the capillaries and the carbon dioxide in the blood vessels will move into the Yeah, you're right saying it. This will move into the alveoli right now. So this gaseous exchange is actually due to the pressure
The
difference.
oxygen diffuses from the alveolus into the pulmonary capillary. Carbon dioxide diffuses out of the capillary and into alveoli for the same reason.
And this process goes on continue. Is that clear, guys? Well understood you how this happens in the case of pressure also. And if we'll see the respiratory structure, then different organ have the different working of that. Okay? So nasal cavity have its own function. You will see this is the air particle you may see. What is the working of the nasal cavity?
The nose is filtered, moistened, and warmed by structures in the respiratory mucosa. Coarse hairs filter out large dust particles. Seromucous glands secrete antimicrobial.
Yes, in the nasal cavity, when the air into our nasal cavity, nostrils, then some dirt particles and the other macroscopical particles are actually present in the air sometimes, right now. So they are actually blocked by the airs. The airs have the terminal structure that attracts or to suscept and to attract the the dirt particles. They have the positive in nature. So the terminal part of the hairs actually do attract them. And after some time you would have seen after 24 and 48 hours the solid materials gets deposited in your nose. This is actually the dirt. Means your actually airs go in the lungs after filter. So your hairs in the nostril is actually their work is to filter the air.
Real substances and mucus that traps
and further the air could not go in the lungs as dried. Means air must have a definite temperature. It must be soft. Is that clear? So you just may say a mucus structure. You will say the fine watery fluid is actually depositing on the top surface of it epithelial level right now. And you have studied in the 9th class the types of tissue, epithelial tissue right now. So on the epithelial surface, epithelial tissue on the surface, top surface, we can say here the upper surface of the tissue, a watery liquid and fluids get deposited on that, right, spread on that. What does this work? Its work is to make the air moistured. Means the air is to be moistured here, then that go inside that. And sometimes some bacteria is also killed by this mucus. Is that clear?
Moistens the air. Blood flowing through capillaries in the mucosa warms the air. The filtered, moistened, and warmed air then continues toward the trachea.
So we have seen here the working of nasal cavity and the respiratory system. One by one you have macroscopic
trachea
view.
conveys air between upper and lower respiratory structures. This flexible tube extends from the larynx to the upper chest, where it divides into the bronchi. Between 15 and 20 cartilaginous C-shaped rings keep the trachea from collapsing or...
Yes, you may see here the C-shaped cartilaginous bone is made up together makes what's trachea. This is trachea. In some insect, this only this is found here as respiratory system. So this called tracheal respiratory system in that. Especially this is found in the arthropoda. The phylum arthropoda we have studied in the 9th class. That type of respiratory tract system is found in that. Okay, that's why they have the high breathing rate here, and they are very sensitive toward the outside toxicity in the air. Is that clear? That's a fumigant can kill the insects.
Overexpanding. The shape of these cartilaginous rings allows the trachea to change shape to accommodate.
Yes, see guys, how this is happening. You may see this. This is stop. This type where the food reaches here. The flipped membrane it had closed the opening of that windpipe. Okay, this is called epiglottis.
Masses of food passing through the esophagus.
This is epiglottis.
Smooth muscle of the trachea can contract to decrease its diameter, which allows air to be expelled out of the lungs more forcefully during coughing. The trachea divides into the bronchi and bronchioles in the lungs. Relaxation of smooth muscle in the bronchioles during exercise causes them to dilate. This bronchodilation allows greater ventilation. Allergic reactions and histamines cause the opposite effect, known as bronchoconstriction.
Well understood you? The respiratory system structure and breathing rate is the different thing here. How much breathing rate is taking place here? This. Okay guys, so everybody understood here the concept of that respiratory system, and there could be some pathogenic problems are there, just like what is that here? There's some coronary arteries, this all the pathogenic. So it's not here course concern. I will not tell you this, guys, okay, right now. So you have seen here the respiratory system and how the process respiration takes place inside the body of human. Is that clear, guys? Well understood or not? So we have seen here the respiratory system right now, the external respiratory system, and furthermore also is there. Clear? Now see the next. Sorry, here that. So what happens intercellular and extracellular? On the basis of, we further can divide it. Yeah, this is that here. So what is the working of each? You may see within the lungs the passage of divide into smaller, which finally terminated to blob like structure called alveoli. So what are alveoli? Sometime question may come here. Provide a surface where the exchange of gases can take place here. If we will open all the alveoli right now and will just make a bed of our alveoli surface or our membrane, then 80 meter square area. How much area, please tell me? 80 meter square area can be made here by bedding all the alveoli surfaces. Is that clear? So this same happens here. And further, what is that? See, guys, over as we have earlier errors, we have breathed in, we left our ribs and flattened. Means what can we say? What type of question comes here? And what controls the breathing? It means how the breathing happens. The area can be increased or decreased. This happens by the movement of our ribs. Where the ribs is here? You may say this is structure. This is called ribs. This is ribs. This is called ribs. Okay, ribs is the bony structure here. So you just have to, if you want to draw the respiratory system, so simply you have to bring here one artery, one vessels, okay, and from here you have to divide into the two part. Is that clear? In this manner, and you just have to end them into this, okay, the lungs. How the lungs is there? So you have to make in this manner. I'm telling this. So this type lungs is to be drawn here. This a rough sketches, a very average student can draw here the lungs. Okay, like this. It's like looking like kidney. This is okay, and here the wide narrow, this type. These are the lungs here, and just you have to bring them closer, okay. And these are actually how they just covered. This rib structure is found over them. These protect your lungs. These protect actually. This structure from start from here. It's quite far from here. This is this structure. So what this structure is said to be? This structure is said to be ribs right now, and you will just make closer them, okay, guys, right now. So what is this saying here? This you just understand what is the nostril, trachea, rings, and how this happens. The flow diagrams of the air where from it moves here. I will just tell you. This is in your study material well given here. As you may see the flow of this respiratory tract. What happens every one by one. So you may say, where is this? Where is that? The flow of first what happens? First the air goes into the nostril, then air goes into the flow of that we can understand here. Nasal cavity, nostril. First is nostril, okay, nostril, okay, and after nostril where the air goes here, this goes in laryngopharynx, okay, larynx. Sorry, where is that? It's larynx. Larynx and pharynx, and then what is glottis, epiglottis? It's a windpipe, Windpipe is what here? Trachea. Trachea, okay. And after trachea, where it will go here? This. And after trachea, where it will go? Alveoli, means bronchi. Bronchi. And after bronchi, bronchiole. And after bronchiole, it's what? The last terminal is called alveoli. Alveoli. The single is that. And the backflow also takes place here. Is that clear? The backflow. Is that clear? So this is the pathway of moving the air from one by one. You just have to explain each one, what happens to that here. Is that clear, guys? Everybody understood here? So what is the working of each? You may see here this. So you may say what that here: external nostril, nasal cavity, trachea, bronchi, bronchioles, alveoli. This is the macro flow of that. I told you some slightly micro it is, okay? So rings of cartilage present in throat ensure the trachea does not collapse with their air. So lungs, what are the lungs present in the thoracic cavity? They are spongy, elastic, consistent bronchiole and bronchial alveoli, right? Further, respiratory occurs in two phases: external, internal. What is external? Breathing process, mean mixing air into the blood. And mechanism of breathing is what? Include inhalation and exhalation. Unicellular diffusion process takes place here. And what the animals here. Is that clear? So all the things I explained here about the system of respiration. So what type of question comes in exam? You just have to see this as not explain the respiratory system. So need to explain here. When you just can understand here what is it saying. Look please. When the body size of animal is large, the diffusion pressure alone cannot take oxygen delivered to all parts. Instead, respiratory pigment taken up oxygen from the air in the lungs and carry it into tissue which are deficient in oxygen for releasing. In human being, the respiratory pigment is hemoglobin, which have very high affinity of oxygen. This pigment present in the red blood corpuscles, and further the process takes place, mostly transported in the dissolved form in our blood. Is that clear? And what they are in the alveoli surface area were spread out 80 meters square. I told you this, okay? How much do you think? I told you this. The questionnaires are here. What advantage over an aquatic organism does terrestrial organism have with regard to obtaining oxygen for respiration? What advantage over an aquatic organism does a terrestrial? So terrestrial take the direct air into the lungs here, okay? And aquatic animals take the air from the water, diffused oxygen, means the already oxygen is present in the water here, right now. So breathing rate is to be high because the oxygen is less present there. So to take the oxygen from the blood, they will have to fast rapid rate of breathing. Is that so? Sometime question comes in exam in aquatic animal, why the rate of breathing is high? So you just have to give the answer the same. What are the different way in which glucose is oxidized to provide energy? So various pathway. This pathway you need to write down here for the process of respiration. Just may see this is that here. Is that clear, guys? Is this here? This pathway is to be given you by you. This is very important question. You will just prepare for them. Okay. Now next is, what are the different way? And second, how are the lungs designed to? So you have to draw the lungs respiratory system and to explain the part of that. Is that clear, guys? So tomorrow we'll discuss here about the process of transportation. It means your oxygen, your gas now reaches to the lungs, it coming into the blood right now, and your food is coming to the digestive system, means they are just coming to the small intestine. So how these food and the oxygens from the lungs are carried to the cell? The answer is the blood. So this blood is the transportatory system that shall be discussed tomorrow. And why the blood flow in your body, and why, what are the components of the blood? Is that clear? And how the blood is very important for the organisms. Is that clear? We shall with this discuss, take the class of tomorrow. Thank you, Rachna. Stay.